The world tells you intelligence is everything, but it's not. Some of the smartest people collapse under real pressure. Why? Because they armored their minds, but left their hearts hollow. This video isn't about being smarter, it's about what makes you unstoppable. Passion is what moves you when logic says stop. Adversity is the great filter. It's the storm that doesn't care how high your IQ is. It's the moment where spreadsheets, theories, and flawless plans become paper in the rain. An intelligent mind sees adversity and calculates the probability of failure. It analyzes the risk, quantifies the pain, and often it wisely advises a retreat. It says, the data suggests this is no longer viable. Conserve energy, cut your losses, and from a purely logical standpoint, it's usually right. But winning isn't always logical. Logic sees the problem. Passion feels the reason to solve it. Passion is the irrational, illogical, and utterly essential fuel that burns long after your intellectual energy has been exhausted. It's the stubborn fire in your gut when your brain is screaming that you're out of options. Think of the entrepreneur sitting in her car after the 100th investor said no. Her logic is a blaring siren. This isn't working. The market has spoken. Your model is flawed. But her passion is a quiet, steady hum beneath the noise. It's the memory of the problem she wanted to solve, the vision of the world she wanted to build. It's that feeling that whispers, one more, just one more try. This is the core of mental toughness. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about having a reason so powerful that it reshapes reality. Self-control keeps you from making a stupid move. It keeps you steady. But passion keeps you alive. It's the force that drives you back into the ring after you've been knocked down, even when logic tells you to stay on the mat. Overcoming adversity isn't a calculation. It's an act of defiance, fueled by a deep emotional investment. Your mind might be the weapon, but passion is the hand that wields it. Without that grip, the weapon is useless when the fight gets real. Your intellect can build a fortress, but passion is what makes you willing to defend it when the siege begins. It's the difference between knowing the path and walking the path, especially when it's covered in glass. When was the last time your logic said stop, but your heart didn't listen? A genius who is devoid of heart is nothing more than a calculator, a machine that is brilliant, extremely efficient, and completely lifeless. It has the ability to digest enormous amounts of data, locate the best possible solutions, and carry out difficult jobs without a hitch. But a calculator does not have any preferences. It do not have a dream. It is devoid of any soul. A map is what intelligence is. The Global Positioning System, GPS, is a very detailed and high-resolution device that can display every possible route, analyze traffic, predict arrival times, and inform you of potential dangers. It has the ability to provide you with very precise instructions on how to move from point A to point B. Now, there is one thing that the map will never be able to do. It will never be able to tell you where you want to go. Passion is the only thing that knows where to go. In your heart, passion serves as a compass, the magnetic draw toward a future that does not yet exist. A mission that feels more like a calling than a choice is what has brought about this feeling. Not only was Steve Jobs capable of engineering and design, but he was also quite intelligent. A pathologically enthusiastic individual, he was obsessed with simplicity and beauty. Instead of the other way around, his intellect was the one who served his passion. He did not intend to construct the most rational computer. Rather, he intended to construct a stunning instrument that had a mystical quality when held in one's hands. That happened to be the final step. His talent was merely the means by which he arrived at his destination. Take, for example, Elon Musk's fixation on the idea of evolving humanity into a species that can exist on multiple planets, or Serena Williams's intense desire to dominate a court. Despite the fact that their intelligence cannot be refuted, it is an instrument that has been honed and directed by an intense devotion. Here is where the mindset of a winner is actually shaped and developed. If you want to feel smart, you need to give up of control, which is the precise thing that makes you feel smart. A mind that is intelligent is obsessed with perfection. It seeks to eliminate all potential risks and to engage in excessive analysis of every variable until the outcome is assured. The leap of faith, however, is required by desire. In order to move forward with confidence in the midst of ambiguity, it is necessary for you to take action before you have collected all of the answers. Sometimes, in order to allow passion to take control, You have to let go of excessive reasoning. The sensation that you experience in your chest is just as important as the thoughts that are going through your head. Not only do you stop surviving, but you also begin creating when your heart leads and your head follows as well. Those who are clever are not followed. They are motivated by conviction. You can construct the most intellectually sound argument, give the most data-driven case, and develop the most faultless strategy. But if there is no fire behind it, you will not be able to move people. Even if you are successful in persuading their heads, you will not be able to win their hearts. And in the end, the heart is the one that makes the commitment. What motivates people to remain loyal is their heart. A team's heart is what propels them to accomplish things that seem unattainable. Rarely are the most intelligent individuals in the room the most influential people in the room. It is them who are the most alive. Those individuals are the ones whose conviction is so tangible and so genuine that it transforms into a gravitational force, drawing others into its field of influence. It is possible to provide a concise summary of the idea of emotional contagion as follows. Enthusiasm is infectious. There is a source of information that is logic. You are not simply sharing information when you speak from a place of passion that is authentic and profound. You're also transmitting feeling when you do so. By doing so, the analytical portion of the brain is bypassed, and communication with the soul is established immediately. All of your qualities, including your enthusiasm, your self-assurance, and your vulnerability, are on display here. Individuals are able to determine whether or not you are being genuine. This sensation is able to be experienced by them when the work that you do is not merely something that you execute, but rather an extension of who you are. A strong connection is formed as a result of this action. It is because of this that their interest in accompanying you on your adventure has been stirred. Developing an unstoppable mindset that others can sense is essential if you want to succeed, and not just for yourself, but also with other people. It is your intelligence that will be responsible for designing the strategy, but it is your enthusiasm that will encourage your team to put it into action at 2 in the morning when they are fatigued and discouraged. Think about the best coaches in the world. They are successful not only because they have superior plays, but also because they lead their players to believe that they are a part of something that is more significant than themselves. Through the process of transferring their own fire into the hearts of their team, they are able to transform a group of individuals into a single cohesive influence. They allow them to experience it. One who is capable of explaining the how is a competent leader. This is a force of nature. A leader who can make you feel the why behind anything. Logic has the potential to prevail in an argument. Love has the power to ignite a revolution. Either being right or being felt is more powerful than the other. You are quite astute. You possess the mental capacity to analyze, to strategize, and to construct. On the other hand, pause for a moment and tell yourself the truth. It is important to go beyond the plans, the goals, and the reasoning that you have painstakingly crafted for your life. You are quite intelligent. But do you still remember what inspired you to begin? What was the initial spark? This insane preoccupation I have. That hushed voice that informed you that this was the way to go, long before you had a map in your possession. In other words, that is where your true power rests. Your intellect is a magnificent engine that is capable of accomplishing something truly spectacular. But what drives us is our enthusiasm. In its absence, the engine is nothing more than a hush-hush, icy metal. If you lack enthusiasm, you will always be calculating, and you will never move. Don't just sit there and think about it if this hits you. Experience it. Give it to someone who is becoming stuck in the habit of overthinking their lives.